Super excited to have everyone in here today. This is our office. We're the Marchant group. We've got Jeff Marchant, Lynn Marchant, and I'm Ashley Marchant Taylor. So this is our family. And we're super excited to have everyone in here today to learn about Pitch 59. But I just want to tell you a little bit about our group. We are Team Limitless, and we're all about creating a better agent experience. So we put on these lunch and learns and we do events so that we can get agents together, create a better agent experience, not only for the agent to agent interaction, but also agent to client and then agent to other vendors. So just within the whole industry. And so I'm gonna let Jeff introduce Jeff.
Awesome. Thanks, Ash. Everybody that knows me here in the office knows I'm excited for this one. It's like Ashley rings a bell every time I say
No,
59.
no, he's getting it tattooed on his forehead. Let's go.
Hold on, I'm gonna get the first one of the Pitch 59 tattoo. So I'm excited you guys are on Zoom and you guys here in person. This is gonna be a great tool. Okay, I've already seen some really good benefits from it. Eric sent it to me right after I heard about it, and it's like, bam, you're like, I just bought 3 of these for your other businesses, right? This is the greatest tool. And I looked at it, I was like, this is amazing. Nick had just been in our office. He just showed up because he knew the presenter. So I had just heard about it when I saw it. And like everybody else I've showed it to, they're like, this is amazing. I haven't seen anything like it before. What I love about it is it helps us not just get referrals. There's a deeper benefit to this. He's going to talk about using this pitch card for your business and how it works and everything. But for me, it's giving me talking points with agents, with my vendors, the professionals that I always use. I'm always looking for, and so are we as agents, right? We're always looking for ways to offer value to other people. That's how we build relationships, right? So Lynn's doing the fade in on the.
Oh, yeah.
That's from me.
Yeah, okay, I think Jeff probably had a game to do, but I'll do it. That was my name. Sorry, you guys. I'll come in and get one later. We'll see. What was I saying? Where was I? I don't know.
I'm lost.
It was just the offering value, right? We all know business owners. A lot of our friends and families have businesses that they want to promote. So by you sharing something with them that makes it easier, like Tracen is our sponsor here today. He's my videographer. I showed it to him because I like to refer him. And so, dude, check this out because it'll make it easier for me to refer you. What a great thing. I'm not asking for anything in return, right? I just want to share a great tool. So pay attention. Just going to go over how it works. Hopefully our screen share works perfectly. And let's just get into it. So Jeff Bitton is the CEO, founder, right? You and your family kind of started this how long ago?
We started this in January 2019.
January of 2019. So
Just launched last year.
just got ready to launch. So it's been amazing. We've got a great relationship. Jeff's introduced me to some great people because of Pitch 59, because of exactly what you're going to learn, what this tool does. So just getting that, you'll see that you'll be getting referred more often and you'll make some connections and your business will grow as well too. So
Awesome.
come up right about in this area. I'll move you.
Sounds good.
Do you need to change the input so that he can?
Not yet. I'll
Not yet.
get through that in a minute.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for having me, Jeff and Marchant family. I feel like this is my second family now.
That's great.
So let me just give you a little bit of background on myself because it'll make sense why we created Pitch 59, because there's a deeper pain story that happened with this. So I grew up in a little town just north of here in Idaho, just south of Pocatello. And I grew up moving irrigation pipe and bucking hay and that kind of stuff on farm fields. And then in college, I went to Rick's College the first year, and then it changed to be way wider after I got back from my 2-year mission. And I went down and sold pest control in Southern California for 4 years, for 4 consecutive summers. And I did really well at selling pest control. I'm not a pushy salesman. I'm just very real with people. And so that naturally, like, people emotionally connect to that. And it's easy for me to just explain what we're doing with pest control and so on. So I did that for 4 years, and then I came back to Rexburg to finish my schooling, and I started up a little carpet cleaning company. I went and bought a cleaning truck and got all the equipment and everything. And I went out and started selling carpet cleaning services door to door. And I would just go knock on people's doors and say, hey, my name's Jeff with Pure Clean. We are just out here showing people what we can do with your carpet. And then I show them how we did it. And so I started my company selling carpet cleaning services. And then over the next 9 years, I grew that company and started doing more Yelp and Google and Home Advisor and Thumbtack advertising and everything. Ended up buying out my brother's carpet cleaning company in Fresno, California. We ended up buying out another company in Houston, Texas the next year, cleaning and restoration company. The end of 2018 hit, and that company that we bought in Houston started sucking our other companies dry because of some changes that happened in restoration after Hurricane Harvey. We were losing $8,000 to $10,000 a month on that company, and it was driving me insane. I always tell people that's how I lost my hair. I was pulling it off. And December 2018, we just had our worst month ever. And I am driving to work one day, and I'm like, gosh, I hate this. This sucks. I'm like, I'm spending all this money on marketing and advertising, and on average, it's taking me 15 clicks to get a single call in on Yelp and some of these other platforms. And even when they call in, like I'm getting a $200 customer out of this, and I'm paying $12 per click. Like, this is terrible. And then I won't go into that. A lot of platforms do a lot of deceptive lead practices to just rake you over the coals. And so most small business owners hate advertising on those platforms. And so we actually came up to visit family during the holidays in December of 2018. And as we were driving between Orem and St. George, I was living in Houston at the time. I was just brainstorming. I had my 6 kids in the back, all watching TV or reading books, and my wife was reading a book, and I asked her for a piece of paper and a pencil, and I'm like, okay, let's just clear everything out. What is the most effective advertising I've ever done? And I'm like, it has to be door-to-door sales. Like, if I could go back and do door-to-door sales, I know that I can sell enough. I just don't have the time or the resources to go out and do that. I'm like, but if I could do door-to-door sales, that was so effective because, and then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, what's the difference? On Google and Yelp and all these other platforms, I've got 5-star ratings, I've got 250 reviews, I've got a great website, great pictures, discount sales. I pay a lot, so I'm ranked up at the top on all of these. When I was just a door-to-door sales rep on their doorstep, I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any star ratings, I didn't have any reviews with me, I didn't have any websites or pictures or anything else. All I had was myself, and that's when it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. These people didn't hire the company that I worked for, they hired me as a human being. And then the more I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, on Google and Yelp, I'm not a human being to people. I'm just a star rating, or I'm just a logo, or I'm just a profile picture. But there's not that emotional connection, which is the #1 reason that people hire people. Like, we're getting screwed. I'm like, we're at such a disadvantage because I'm competing against like ServPro and ServiceMaster that have way more money than I'll ever have. And well, hopefully not anymore. But they have so many more resources than I do as a small carpet cleaning company, and I can't compete with them. But if we were in person, I guarantee you those customers would choose my service every time, because we do these things so much better. We're just a lot more personable, we're a lot more human. We answer every single call in person, we don't have any automated stuff. And that's when I realized, I'm like, I wish that there was a platform that allowed me to be human to people and connect emotionally with people. So as I was driving, I'm like, well, if that could also be like a business card. And so I was thinking of a listing in the first place. And then I'm like, well, if we could make it a business card, that way I could share it with people and give it to my customers and let them share it with their neighbors and everything. And so I started drawing out the first version of Pitch 59 in December of 2018. And I got down to my brother's house that night. He owns a couple of different companies. He is actually our largest investor now. But he owns a property management company as its primary business. And I showed him my drawings of it that night. And I said, what do you think of this? And he said, Jeff, you've shown me some of your other ideas in the past, and some of them have been he's like, I love this one. He was like, if you had that, I would use that service. And if you do end up building that company, I'd be interested in investing a little bit into it. And I'm like, promise? Because I don't have any money. So I need that in writing to make sure that you're good for that. Anyway, so went back and I finished up the drawings, did a lot of research on how to start a software company, showed it to a few developers and said, is this possible? Can you build this? And they said, well, if you would have asked us 3 or 4 years ago, we would have said, no, we'd have to change these things. Technology has advanced so much in the last few years, though, that we think it's probably possible. And I said, okay, so how much is it going to cost to get started? And they said, well, let's do 30,000 down and then we'll go from there. I'm like, I've only spent like 3,000 or 4,000 on websites. Anyway, And so I said, I've got a credit card that has 15,000 on it. Can you take that as a down payment? And they said, sure. And so on the way back home, I called my brother and I'm like, hey, remember how you promised you would invest in this company if I started it? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, will you do 10,000? He's like, yeah. Okay, all right. So I got my first 10,000 there. And then over the next, we started building it, and today we've raised $2.2 million just from friends and family to build out Pitch 59. We've got 87 investors now that have put money in on this. And it's not the traditional investors that you'd think of. It's not the big venture capital companies. It's not a lot of people with deep pockets. It's a lot of small business owners and a lot of people that care about like the sales and marketing space. And so we created Pitch 59 and started it then. And so our goal at Pitch 59 is to make you human to everybody else and to make it easy for everybody else to refer and network you around to everybody else. So with that, can you change the input to my phone, and I'll kind of give you a little bit of an example of how, or a demo of how Pitch 59 works here. By the way, I saw on your phone, I don't know how I saw it yesterday or something. You had 147 shares on your pitch card this month. So we're gonna have to. Nobody's beat me yet. But if you can see my shares right here.
Oh.
My pitch card has been shared 370 times. If you beat me though, I'm gonna take you out to lunch or something. That's a standing offer for any customer that beats me in shares. So, all right, what I'll do is I'm gonna show the company pitch card first to explain what Pitch 59 is, and then I'll do a quick little demo here.
Here are the top 3 reasons you need a pitch card. First, you get to deliver your personalized 59-second elevator pitch to tell people who you are, what you do, and what's unique or different about you and your products and service. Second, anyone in the world can share and introduce you to their contacts in just a few seconds. You simply share your pitch card with another person, then they tap share and introduce. It will automatically create a 3-way introduction with your phone number, personalized introduction message, and pitch card. They simply add a contact name or phone number and tap send. It's that easy. Third, Pitch 59 is a growing network of business people. Every day, your pitch card will automatically be networked with somebody new. It's like automated speed networking. Grow your network, expand your referral partnerships, and increase business opportunities. You can even flip over your pitch card to chat with them or stack them in their pockets to keep them for later. Those that are actively using their pitch cards are getting 8 to 10 times more referrals and growing their networks every day. Grow your business by joining the Pitch 59 community and create your own pitch card.
All right, so now I'm gonna go back to my pitch card. Let me just show you the anatomy of the pitch card first, and then I'll kind of explain how it works. So you've got your pitch video at the top. We're actually gonna open up a few options in the future where you can do an audio pitch or a text pitch at the beginning if you'd like. But on your pitch card, you've got your elevator pitch. Above the contact button, you've got video testimonials. That just lets other people come to life and vouch for you in person right there. You've got your contact button right there, so everybody can call or email, schedule appointments, you can get directions or whatever you want them to do there. They can also just add you to their contacts. I'll show you that in just a second. The more info button right here, more info button has any social media links, additional information that you want to share. And then the attachments has any pictures, files, or documents that you'd like to share with other people as well right there. So the way that this works is I use this as my business card, but if you're only using it as a business card, it's going to hurt my feelings, first of all. And secondly, there are cheaper options if you just want to have something to transfer your contact information to somebody else, like a doc or a pop-up card, because that's what they're built to do. So Pitch 59, I can give you my business card, but the idea of Pitch 59 is not that it doesn't just end with you if I give you my pitch card. The idea is that you'll introduce me or refer me to a friend or a family member that you know that might be interested in what I do. And then also I get to join the Pitch 59 community that's continually growing right now, and to get to know all the other business people so that I can become networking referral partners with them. So if you guys will take out your camera real quick on your phone, I'm going to give you my pitch card here, and then I'm going to show you how you can save my contact information to your phone, and then within about 5 to 8 seconds, you can make a 3-way introduction for me. So if you'll just scan my QR code there. If you have the Pitch 59 app, which several of you do, it'll pull up in your app and you can put me in one of your pockets there. So once my pitch card pops up on your screen, I'm going to have you do 2 things. First of all, I'm going to have you tap the save button. And what that's going to do is it's going to save my pitch card to your contacts. If you have the app, it's going to give you the option to put it into contacts or to pockets. If you don't have the app, it's just going to save them immediately to your contacts on your phone. And then if you have an iPhone, make sure you tap on the create new contact down at the bottom. That's an additional iPhone step that they have.
Let me go back to the tour real quick.
You bet. And if it's too far, we can give you, did it come up on your phone? Okay, and you can just tap share and tap on QR code and share it with anybody else back there. So, all right, so the second thing I'd like you to do is go back to my pitch card and tap the share button if you would. It's gonna pop up like this for you. And then we've got a big fat introduce button, which is the way that I prefer to be introduced to other people. So if you tap this button right here, I'm gonna show you on my wife's pitch card here because it's a little bit different on my own. And what it's going to do is put in my phone number up there at the top with my default message with how I'd like to be introduced to other people and my pitch card. You can edit any of that if you would like. But if you just put in like, hey, John, or hey, Susan, and then just add their phone number or their name up at the top, it'll create a full three-way introduction for you. And all you do is just tap send. So essentially, if I wanted to introduce Casey to Jeff Marchant, I'm going to do the, oops, I have. I'm going to do a real life introduction here. I'm just going to say, hey, Jeff, so that she knows who I'm introducing her to. Or, yeah. And then just tap send. I just did a three-way introduction with my wife's pitch card, where she'll get to now introduce herself and explain who she is and what she does. The beautiful thing about this is I didn't have to figure out what to say or how to say it for her. She already does all that for me. Every time I introduce Jeff to somebody, I don't have to figure out what he wants me to say. It's already done. And that changes too, right? Like the way that I want to be introduced changes every few weeks or so.
Yeah.
And so it's nice that I can just go in and update that. And I always know that people are introducing me the way that I want to be introduced right now versus what it was before. So,
And you can also add, if you did want to add more text to it, because it is a text thread, it just has his default way that he likes to be introduced. If you wanted to say something about the person you're introducing to, you can still add to the text.
absolutely. Yeah, you can edit that however you want. So let me redirect your attention up here for just a second. I'm going to show you just a little bit more about the anatomy of your pitch card and the way that it works in the network of Pitch tonight. So you'll see above my pitch card, it says it's been shared 377 times this month. If I tap on my analytics icon right there, it's going to give me the details of what's going on with my pitch card. So I've got 2 more shares that have just happened in the last, ever since it updated everything. So now I can scroll down and I can see when my pitch card is being shared, who's sharing it, when they're sharing it, what method they're using to share it. This, let me just put a note here. Because we don't require people to log in or sign up or download anything when you share your pitch card with them, it doesn't matter if you have the app or not, it's fully functional. Sometimes we don't know who's sharing your pitch card. So it'll just say unknown, but it will still let you know that they shared it through text message and what time and date they did it. So if they have the app or if they've logged in, we'll know who it is and we'll let you know who is sharing your pitch card. We also let you know when people are watching your pitch, if they're contacting you, if they're saving you to their contacts and how they're doing that and all those different steps there. So that's the analytics button above your pitch card. You can also, let me go to my wife's pitch card again. You can swipe down and put pitch cards in your pockets. And pockets are like your new age Rolodex. It's just a way to keep them all organized and structured. We're actually going to change the name of pockets to speed, or excuse me, to my network. So people say, put me in your network type of thing. And then when you go to your network, you're going to have pockets in there that you organize all your network with here. So when I go to my pockets page, I have all these different categories: AC repair, accounting and tax, attorneys, auto repair, B&I groups, construction, cleaners, cosmetics, financial services. One of your construction guys, I just saw this yesterday. I just, let's see. Jeff, is this one of you guys right here? Robin and Chris Maria? Or is this not yours?
No.
Oh, okay, I thought this was yours. Anyway, so it's really nice anytime I need a construction person. For myself, I can just go here, find the person, like the company that I want, I'll do Mike Helps. I can just contact him right there. I can flip over his pitch card and ask questions. I can swipe up and share his pitch card with anybody else. But I've always got him on hand for myself. But also, if my neighbor is like, hey, do you know any electricians? Boy, do I have an electrician for you. Within 5 seconds, I can make that 3-way introduction for them. All I do is just put in their phone number and then tap send. And then Mike comes to life and introduces himself and explains who he is. He doesn't have to rely on me to try and do a crappy sales job with his company. So these pockets are just a way to keep them all organized and structured. You get to create your own pockets on Pitch tonight. In the future, we're going to give you some default options that you can choose if you would like with pockets. But I can also just grab my attorney's pocket here. And I can just share that entire pocket with somebody else as well. And wherever I send that pocket, they'll get all the people that are in that pocket. So they get to choose and get to know them and save them to their contacts and everything. So that's how the pockets work. There's one other pocket that I wanted to just bring to attention here. So pitch swap, this is going to be changing to speed networking in the next release. But when I tap on the speed networking pocket here, essentially what that does is if you have a pitch card, an active pitch card, your pitch card is going to get swapped with somebody else on the platform each day, each week, or each month. You get to choose how often you want it. You can also choose which states. However, as we grow, we recommend everybody keep it nationwide for right now, and then you can limit that, narrow it down later. And then you choose your pitch card, which pitch card you want to be swapped. And then you can turn this off if you don't want to be swapped with other people. But essentially what it is automated speed networking. So we'll send your pitch card to somebody each day and send their pitch card to you, and you can watch each other's pitch. If it makes sense to reach out and connect, do. If it doesn't, then don't. And so like I got this pitch card the other day. His name is Marchant with the, oh, do you know Mark?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, I got his pitch card. And then I can just flip over his pitch card and start chatting with Mark right there. So it's just a very simple and easy way to begin a conversation and say, hey, let's schedule a Zoom meeting and figure out how we can become better referral partners, something like that. So anyway, everybody on the Pitch 59 network has a pitch card. This is the Jim Packard guy that I was showing you earlier, or that Jeff met with. So I can go to anybody's pitch card here and I can network with them. I can watch their pitch. I can swipe up and introduce them to other people, swipe down and put them in my pockets, or I can just tap this flip button right here and flip over to the pitch card and chat with them. They're on the back of the pitch card. This is on the search side of the platform as well. So it's got everybody that's on Pitch 59. It only shows 50 at a time though. And so if you refresh, you can see the other or see the next 50. But if I go up to the top here, I can also go to resume pitch cards. You do have to have a green job pitch card in order to have full access here, but you can at least watch everybody's pitch. You cannot contact anybody that has a resume pitch card unless you are actively hiring and you have a job pitch card though. So the resume pitch cards work the same as the business pitch cards, except for the resume pitch cards allow people that are looking for a job or an internship to do their 59-second elevator pitch. It has their resume right there on their pitch card as well. It has all the video testimonials or contact information right here. It's got any additional social media links or anything else that they want to share. And then I can grab Libby here and I can just swipe up and introduce her to an employer that might be interested in hiring her and just make that connection right there. Or flip her over and chat with her, or swipe down and put her in one of my pockets. Does that make sense? Okay. So the job pitch cards are the opposite of resume pitch cards. This is where employers get to come live and introduce their company and pitch their job to people. It's like a business card for each job position. And then we also have nonprofit pitch cards for churches, charities, missionaries, any other nonprofit organizations that want to explain who they are and what they're doing. So that's essentially the Pitch 59 platform. It's just a collection of pitch cards, and the way that they're used is a little bit different and unique, but it's like we tell everybody is imagine if LinkedIn and TikTok and business cards and Yelp all had a baby. That's what it's like, just combining all those platforms into one with everybody having their own card. But what I'd like to do real quick is I'm going to just show you a handful of demos. I'll show like the first 10 or 15 seconds of some of these pitches here so that you get an idea of what you can do in your pitch. And I'm going to show Jeff's pitch afterwards as well. And then we'll also highlight Tracen's pitch card too, because he's a videographer and can help all of you guys do pitches like these. But one thing that I want to, and then we'll talk about the elevator pitch and how to deliver an effective elevator pitch. One thing that I want to make sure that it's very clear, we have not seen any statistical proof that having a really, really well done pitch is so much better than having a good selfie video. The most important thing is that you feel confident and comfortable with your own pitch and that you represent yourself well. So there's a variety of ways to do that though. So let me just show you a handful of pitch cards here and then I'll show you how.
I do this work pitch. I've been a real estate investor, broker, property manager for over 22 years, and I'm passionate about it.
You guys remember my brother that I was telling you about at the beginning?
Yeah.
Biggest investor. This is him right here. So he's got like 11 pitch cards. He's awesome.
Helping people build passive income streams in real estate. My goal with every client is twofold. One, help investors avoid making big mistakes. And two, find investments that help them achieve their goals. How do we do that? Well, we can eliminate risk and find better performing property.
This is one of my favorite ones. Some of you have probably already seen this one.
My name is Courtney Widener. I'm the owner of Widener Insurance, and we are providing personal and commercial insurance for small business in the state of Texas. So I know I don't really look like an insurance agent. But they think they're just like, oh, you do insurance, but I've been doing this for over 20 years and I know insurance like the back of my hand. We like to take insurance to a new place. Insurance is something that can be really boring and tedious. A lot of folks don't know what they need for their insurance protection. It's just this thing that everybody understands they have to have. So we like to take this whole insurance buying.
We watched a little over half her pitch. Like, think about the way that you feel about Courtney Widener now versus how you felt 30 seconds ago. Like the human connection that you just made, if you were looking for insurance, would you be more interested now in talking with her and getting a quote versus what it was when she was just a picture or a logo?
Why do I get up in the morning? There's so much to do. Whatever Plus Air, it's a fast growing national plumbing and HVAC service brand. I brought it here to Utah. Been married for 15 years, have one daughter, 11-year-old daughter. I'm a pretty simple guy. When I'm not working, I like to be at home. I really like chess. I play it way too much. You have to see the big picture. You have to see what's going on.
I wanted to come to the Dominican Republic with me in February. My name is Ethan. So I was born and raised in Haiti, but I've been in Utah for 37 years. Here are the 3 reasons you should come with me. Number 1.
Hi, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm known as the billionaire business strategist. I've generated over $2.5 billion in sales as a pioneer in infomercials and home shopping like QVC and HSN. Now, I speak on stages around the world, motivating and then.
Hi, my name is Brian Blair, and I'm the owner of Prestige Carpet Tile Care. I am your floor care expert in Southern Utah. My company has been maintaining the carpet, tile, and upholstery in the St. George area.
This is also another fun one right here.
Do you struggle to find clothes that make you feel comfortable and confident? If you're like many women, you feel self-conscious about your post-baby body or uncertain about the styles that flatter your figure, that's where I come in. I'm Haley, your new fashion expert, and I just know we're going to be the best of friends. As a mom to 4 boys.
All right, think about like the energy that you can feel from these people and the way that you feel about them and potentially working with those people. Like it changes the game if you can be a human being to other people. Let me go back. I'm going to go to my real estate pocket now. And let me show you what I'm going to show you Jeff's pitch card here. I'm assuming that most of you have already seen that, but.
So while you're on that part, tell them about the test you did between like Google.
Yeah. Yeah, so when we were creating Pitch 59 at the very beginning, this was like when we were a year in, we only had the website, we just had a few pitch cards that we created. And then we had a handful of customers that had come on and created pitch cards. We got a group of 30 business owners together that we were just going to kind of explain what Pitch 59 was, but we were showing these pitch cards, we were on this, it was on a screen like this, just showing these pitch cards right here. And anyway, so we were showing these different pitch cards to different people or to all these business owners. And we said, okay, what we'd like to do is let's go to Google first and everybody just search in like plumbing or carpet cleaning or doctors or whatever it is. We just need to be consistent throughout it. So I think we started with carpet cleaning. I said, okay, so choose 2 potential companies on Google that you'd consider hiring. And everybody in the room chose 2 companies that had the highest reviews and most ratings. And then we went to Yelp and we said, okay, do the same thing on Yelp. And once again, they chose all the 2 companies that had the highest reviews and the highest rating. Then we took to Pitch 59, where we don't even show you reviews or ratings. Like it's got testimonials, but we don't even show you, like right now, we don't even show you how many they have. It's just like, you get what you get here. And they watched a couple of different pitch cards. Afterwards, we said, okay, you guys have just chosen 2 companies from Yelp, or Google, Yelp, and Pitch 59. You've got 6 total companies. If you had to make a decision right now to choose one of those companies to hire, which is the company that you would hire? 100% of the test audience chose one of the Pitch 59 companies. Afterwards, we said, why did you make that decision? Because on Google and Yelp, you made those decisions based on reviews and ratings. On Pitch 59, you didn't even see any of those. All you did was just watch a quick elevator pitch. And you know what their responses were? Like, I loved the way that they talked about this. Or I would feel comfortable having that person in my home. Or I would feel comfortable going to their office. It was all these emotional reasons that they would hire a company, not these statistical reasons that they should hire companies. And when we saw that, we're like, Google and Yelp, you better watch out, because we're gonna create a dynamite platform where human beings exist, where everybody gets to know each other, because that's how we like to do business as people. And so, anyway, where was I going with that before?
You were gonna show Jeff's.
Oh,
picture.
that's right.
I'm sorry.
He's like
No,
sidetrack.
That was good, I just remember. All right, so here is Jeff's pitch card right here.
Hi, my name is Jeff Marchant with the Marchant Real Estate Group at EXP. You know, a few things that people learn about me pretty quickly is I hardly ever wear shoes. 99% of my wardrobe is black. My wife is my business partner, and I have 3 amazing kids that are.
What are you
What did I
doing?
do?
Now we have to start it over.
Let me set this down.
Yeah, why?
I don't know what I did.
You got excited.
That might-
It's like I don't want anybody to watch.
Is it on the right? I don't think it's on the right.
Oh, that's too funny. Here, let me go back. I got all excited seeing myself. Really. Ah.
Jeff, you can probably do these presentations in the future, but he's a better presenter than I am.
I
There
listen
you
to it all day long.
I'm sure. I gotta tell you, when you guys were at the EXP convention a few weeks ago, I got a text message from Lynn. Showing a picture of Jeff talking to other people at the EXP convention about Pitch 59. And I was getting blown up with introductions like that. And she goes, Jeff, I don't remember what she said. She's like, Jeff is more excited about showing pitch cards than he is talking real estate with me. So, anyway.
You know, I'm also blessed to have found real estate at a young age. I was able to build a portfolio of 60 properties by the time I was 36 years old. And this has given me a lot of security and options in my life. But I found that most people don't have a strategy for a secure, predictable retirement. So as a real estate investor and realtor, not only do I help protect people during their transactions when they buy and sell real estate, I also help individuals, including other real estate agents, secure a retirement through the accumulation of assets and passive income. If real estate is or should be part of your life, then let's connect. Click on the contact button on this pitch card and reach out.
Awesome. So let's just, if it's okay, let's talk elevator pitches for just a second, how to introduce yourself. So we obviously got a ton of practice with this doing door-to-door sales. But you don't get 59 seconds on the doors, you get like 5 or 10 seconds is all. And so you've got to immediately break down barriers. One of the best ways to do that is with humor or just personalizing yourself at the very beginning. So when you do your elevator pitch, it's really important that you humanize yourself. And so we do elevator pitch training. In fact, we're having another training at TaxHive on December 15th for just the Pitches and Bagels event. If you'd like to come to that, you're welcome to, it's free. But the most crucial thing that you can do with your pitch card is break down barriers immediately. Like your content after that isn't nearly as relevant as breaking down barriers at the beginning. So one of the things that most people do, if I ask you what you do, you immediately start vomiting out what you do. But what most people are asking is what can you do for me, or like what exactly should I be looking for if I'm talking to you here. So with your elevator pitch, start off by humanizing yourself and make yourself talk about how you don't like to wear shoes, your wardrobe is black. He was blessed with. There are so many little things that Jeff did well in that pitch video that are critical, and I don't even know if he recognized how many things he did well, but one of the words that he started using at the beginning was, I've been blessed with 3 kids that have blessed me with 5 grandkids. Is that right? So the way that he talked, and you could tell it was totally natural for him to say that, but because he said that he was blessed, immediately in people's minds, they start thinking, he's grateful. He's a humble guy. He cares about, he recognizes the blessings that he's gotten. I want to work with people that recognize that they're blessed. The other thing is, when he talks about, I don't like to wear shoes, what does that make you think? He's down to earth, he's casual, he's not gonna make you feel like I'm not ever good enough for him, right? So there are so many things that he naturally does, that's why it's so important to just be naturally, organically yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. If you try to use Jeff's pitch, it's probably not gonna work for you. You've got to say things that are naturally and normal to you, or naturally normal to you. Okay, so the next step, after he talks about, he humanizes himself, the next thing that he did was he empathizes with his customer base. And he talks about how a lot of people, I can't remember what you said, a lot of people, or he talked about how he had been in real estate, and because he had gotten that experience, it helped him to gain a big portfolio of assets. And the next thing you talked about was a lot of people don't know how to do that or don't understand.
Just identify that pain point.
Yeah.
you know?
Retirement.
Yeah, so you've got to identify the greatest pain point that you're gonna solve for those people. So Jeff's greatest pain point that he feels like he can solve for people is helping them become financially secure through investment, real estate investment, is that right? So that might not be your forte, and so if that's not your forte, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that being a pain point. If your forte is working with buyers to help them find the perfect home in the perfect location with the lowest level of noise or whatever it is, then identify that as your pain point. The next thing that you want to talk about is, and you're not going to have a lot of time to go over more than maybe one, maybe two pain points. It's got to be short, sweet, and to the point, maybe 20 seconds or less. The next thing you're going to do is talk about your resolution. What do you uniquely do? How are you uniquely qualified to solve those pain points for those people? So this is where Jeff actually kind of did this a little bit in reverse, which is fine. He said, I had 60 properties by the time I was 36 years old. Like he's already validating himself as a professional expert in the space because he's already done it. And then he talks about how that's what he wants to do is help people find the investment opportunities, make sure that they make the right decisions and everything at the end of the day. And then the last thing that he did was he gave a very specific call to action. I want you to tap my contact button below and get in touch with me. So you can do it whatever you want. If you want people to schedule a time to meet with you, if you want to go to lunch with people, if you want them to flip over your pitch card and just chat with you, whatever you choose to do, just be specific in what your call to action is there. So would you add anything to that? Any other thoughts there?
No, I actually learned that format for you at one of the pitch events that he's talking about. He broke it down. Said, make an introduction, say something personal. And we were crafting it while we were there at the event, and I was taking notes on my phone.
Yeah.
So I was literally just kind of writing it out and thinking about that. And then it's like, tell them a little bit about yourself, something personal, identify the pain point. What's your resolution or solution to that pain point, and then a call to action. So I just made those headings and then started breaking it down. I literally wrote it out because I couldn't talk about myself and what I do in 59 seconds, right? We tend to go on a tangent or something. It's like, oh shit, I'm done, and I just started, right? And so I wrote it out. I had somebody else videoing me, and I literally, I don't know if you can tell where it changes views there, but I looked at my notes and I said a couple of lines, and then I looked at my notes again and said a couple more lines because I wanted to fit in those points specifically. And then the editing just kind of put it together as in one video.
Yeah. And you can't even really tell that it's edited. It looks like it's just different angles or screenshots, and Tracen can talk about that and how he helps people do that. But if you don't feel comfortable in front of video, don't worry about it. Hire a videographer. Have a videographer do it for you. They are amazing at helping you guys get great pitches that really represent you well. And I'm also going to tell you this right now. If you don't like your pitch, you won't want to share your pitch card. Because it's if you feel uncomfortable with the way that you look or the way that you sound or whatever, you've got to love your pitch. It doesn't mean that your pitch has to be perfect. It just means that you have to feel like it's a good representation of who you are. And so we've seen it time and time again. And also the only customers that ever churn from pitch 59 are those that don't ever finish their pitch cards or those that don't like their pitch cards. If they love their pitch card, they never cancel. So I have a personal vested interest to make sure that you're successful at this.
Well, and here's the cool thing about it too. It's not final. You can edit and upload or right from your phone, record a new pitch card anytime you want, and it'll automatically update it on everybody that has your pitch card.
Yep. Let me show you exactly what he's talking about here. So once you've got a pitch card, by the way, these are 15 bucks a month. If you use Jeff's code, you get the first month free, and it's only 12 bucks a month. So if you don't have a pitch card yet and you want to get one, you need to use this code. We can help you get that set up afterwards. But you just tap on the edit icon right there, and then it'll let you edit all of your pitch card information whenever you want. So if you update your phone number or the social media links or your profile picture or whatever, just come and do it here. One of the beautiful things about this is if I send my pitch card out to all of you, and then tomorrow I go and change my phone number or my picture or my video, it automatically updates on your phone. You'll always have my current up-to-date information. And then my pitch video here, it gives me 4 options. I can re-record my pitch, I can schedule a virtual video shoot, I can schedule a videographer, which is we'll just team you up with one of the local videographers like Tracen. We don't take any cuts of those. We just farm them out to our customers. And then you can also upload a pitch if you already have one, or if a videographer gives you a video that you can upload. But if you tap re-record right here, this is what we recommend everybody do at the very beginning. Just record a 10-second little video at the very beginning, just saying, hi, my name is Jeff. I'm with this company, and stay tuned, I've got another pitch coming soon, something like that, so that you can start using your pitch card and get going with it. You just tap on re-record, it'll open up your camera, you turn it sideways to record. But if you just want to use the Pitch 59 platform, you can tap on teleprompter right there. You can write out your pitch right there. It's got pitch topics, pitch tips, that kind of stuff. And so you can just do your pitch right here, and it's just a built-in option. We encourage everybody at some point to get a pitch that you're really proud of, and oftentimes that happens with somebody else helping you do a video. So it's also got a 59-second counting timer. I cannot express that enough. Your pitch video cannot be longer than 59 seconds. If you go 60 seconds, it won't let you upload your video to Pitch 59, and you can't record it on the Pitch 59 platform because it cuts you off. So 59 seconds or less. That's just to make sure that nobody goes long with developments. So anything else that you can think of that I haven't shown here on the platform? Are there any questions?
I was just gonna say, I remember when Jeff did his video and he actually said, I am so proud of that video.
Yeah.
And I think just to emphasize what you said, it's like, he's super passionate about it, like he's gonna get a tattoo and everything. You know, because he's proud of it and he's proud of what he's putting out there. So I just want to emphasize that because I think it's so true. Why are we even doing what we're doing if we're not proud of what we're doing?
Right, right.
So.
Yeah, if you're embarrassed by it, then one other thing about that, I don't, if I personally don't feel like your pitch is very well done, I am less hesitant to introduce you to other people too, because that reflects poorly on me. And so, and it doesn't mean that I want to clarify once again, you don't have to have a professional video. A selfie, some of the best pitch cards that I've seen are selfie videos. But you do have to be proud of it, and you do have to make sure that it's good enough that other people aren't going to feel uncomfortable introducing you. Like those pitches that I showed you on those demos, I feel 100% comfortable introducing them to all of my contacts whenever I want. I've already introduced Jeff to, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 people. He's introduced me to probably hundreds. So anyway, but you gotta love your pitch. And then once you love your pitch, you can leave that pitch on there for life if you want. We encourage you to change it every once in a while, just as things update, as you change and everything. But it's just a cool platform. If you get a pitch card, make sure you're using it. Set goals for yourself. Will you check and see how many times your pitch card has been shared right now?
Well, to be fair, a lot of those are me.
Which is fine, which is great. They should be you.
Um,
If it's just other people, then you're not using your pitch card.
Right. Well, I want to share. I was talking when we got started how it's a great talking point. I'd send this out to my sphere and say, hey, I've updated some of my contact information. Click on the save button and save my contact information. It's just a reason to reach out. And so I did it through the app on purpose though, so it would track those numbers. And the first time I did it, I shared it 114 times.
Awesome.
But the coolest thing that happened from that same day, within hours, I had 10 people reach out to me and we had conversations. Some of them were by text messages, others picked up the phone and called me. So a couple of them I hadn't talked to in years. So it was like step one of reconnecting. It was really cool.
Yeah. That's a great first step to do when you get a pitch card. Send it out to all of your contacts. I shouldn't show you this, but I'm going to show you this. Oh, you got a comment.
Oh, I just have a question.
Yeah.
So if you are like, because we're lenders, right?
Yeah.
So we would be sending our pitch card to realtors to share with their people. Like, I mean, do they have to store it on the Pitch 59 app? Like, how do you make it so that they'll actually use it? You know what I mean? Because it'll be like, oh, here it is, but then they'll still just not use it.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. If they don't have the Pitch 59 app, they're going to save it to their contacts. And so anytime they share your contact, I'm assuming that's probably how they do it now.
Yeah, so anytime they share my contact, it'll share my Pitch 59.
Shares your pitch card with it too. But they can go to your pitch card. Here, let me show you. I'm going to go to my contacts here. All right, so one of the cool things about this is everybody that you save their pitch card to their contacts, if you don't remember their name, you can just search by pitch. And it'll show you all the people that have pitch cards in your phone right there in your contacts. So I can go to anybody's pitch card. I'll go to Brad Rockbanks here. And it's got his pitch card right here. I can just tap on that. This is, oh, hold on. I've got I need to do that from the app here. I'm going to do, all right, so I'm going to go to Jordan. I don't know why that's not pulling mine up here.
Do you need to close the app?
No, it shouldn't. That's probably a bug on our end. So when if they don't have the app, they can just search by contact right there. And then pull up your pitch card, and then they can share that pitch card directly with anybody that they want. Let me give you some ideas on how to use this pitch card a little bit differently than just sharing it out with realtors though, because I mean, realtors are gonna be limited in the number of people that they're gonna be contacting and telling other people about. So what I would recommend is with my pitch card, every single customer, I would share my pitch card with them to say, hey, would you mind just scanning that QR code? And I can give you a $25 gift card or a $50 whatever, if you'll just introduce me to both of your neighbors right now, or to a parent and a sibling, or something like that, whatever type of industry you're in. It can be business partners or other business owners that they know. But all they do is just scan that QR code right there. That pitch card is gonna pop right up on their screen. Let me show you how that's gonna look here. It's gonna pop up exactly like this. This is, if they didn't have the app or anything, they've never even heard of it. They just tap share and then tap introduce. It'll do all the work for them. All they do is just add somebody's name right there and tap send. So every single customer, if you're not having every customer at the end of their transaction or whatever your experience is with them, introduce you to their neighbors or a friend or family member, you are wasting so many opportunities because one, their neighbors are getting the reliability and credibility of their neighbor referring them. So that's the referral part that's so important with the three-way introductions. And then the second thing is you've broken down all barriers and you become so much more memorable than if you were just a picture or a logo. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten business cards from people. I go home, they sit on my desk for a couple of weeks before I throw them in the trash. And after like a week or so, going through those business cards, I don't remember any of them. I promise you though, if they have a pitch card, I remember who they are every single time because I can watch their pitch.
Stacy Lee. I was gonna make a suggestion. So if you're making cold call, you're trying to get a hold of somebody several times. Can you send them a pitch card through text?
Yeah.
Or
you just
and will they
tap on text?
So they'll get a text message. Will they get the video too?
Yep. So if I tap text here, one of the cool things is I can control this message here. So this is one of the other things that you get to pre-write out what your referral request message is, what we call these. And so I can just put in somebody's phone number right there and then tap send. And then I can do the same process again, just tap on that again, put in a different.
So do they have to get the link?
So they're gonna get the link right here.
Yeah.
And when they show up, it's gonna show up as a thumbnail pitch card.
So they'll see your picture on the text. That's what I want, because again, you want the human part. I mean, if say you're doing cold call, you're calling this person 20 times and not answering.
Yeah.
Which nobody answers the damn phone anymore.
Yeah.
So you text them, at least get a picture of it, you say, oh, this looks like a nice guy, or this don't look like a nice guy.
Yeah, so let me show you what that looks like. I'll do a Jeff's pitch card here. If I do a three-way introduction for Jeff, I'm gonna introduce Jeff to Ashley here. So when I go to my text messages, I just introduce them and that's what we have.
Okay. Perfect.
And
It
then,
does create entry because they click on it and it tracks
Right.
views too.
yeah,
Okay. Well, it's just like open houses. I mean, they don't remember you 5 minutes after you left. If you send them a pitch card. Oh, yeah.
send them a pitch card and then ask them to tap save on it and save it to their contacts right there.
Yeah.
And then ask them to introduce you to one of their neighbors. Like you can really use this, and I would, depending on your relationship with your customers or with these people, it's sometimes good to incentivize them to do it. The biggest reason that most people don't make more referrals for you right now is just because it's too hard. Even if they really like you and they feel like you did a great job, if you ask them to refer you, they're gonna be like, okay, well, who do you want me to refer you to? What do you want me to say in that referral message? What contact information do you want me to give them? Do you want me to give them your website? Do you want me to give them your Instagram or LinkedIn? And then like, how do I do it?
Yeah.
And so if you can just say, so I tell everybody, don't say, will you refer me? Just say, will you share my pitch card with one other person that might be interested? Because then they know that you're giving them a tool, and it's much more awkward for them to say, no, I won't share your pitch card, rather than giving me a referral. Giving me a referral feels like I have to do work. If I just share your pitch card, that's just like, it's already done.
Well, like I said, with an open house, they'll remember your face, but they don't remember
Correct.
who you are.
Yeah.
So if you just send them a text, they don't know who you are.
And then I promise you, once they watch your video once,
Yeah.
you are so much more memorable. I get people, texting me like a couple months afterwards saying, hey, you showed me a pitch card of somebody, do you remember who that is, and can you send me their pitch card?
Yeah.
Like, they just seen their video, and then they, like, a couple months later, they remember that person, they want that person's pitch card,
Right.
so.
Right, same thing that Mitchell back. Yeah. We looked at 30 houses and we said, oh,
That's
that's
right.
who you are.
That's right.
But if you send them the picture right away, they say, hey, I just need an open house, here, listen, here's my pitch card, just so you remember me and never forget me and all that.
So there was a lady that reached out to me yesterday and said, hey, Jeff, our office would like to get onboarded. And she's like in New York or Virginia or something like that. And okay, I don't know who this lady is. And then I look at my calendar and I met with her last week. I did a demo with her last week. And shoot, I still don't remember who she is. Went on to LinkedIn. Her name wasn't like I couldn't, her picture, I didn't remember who she was. So I went to Pitch 59 hoping that she had a pitch card already. She didn't. And I'm like, okay, that sounds great. How can I help you? Like, yeah. So.
Well, especially when you get old like me, you forget your wife's name after a couple hours. So.
There's on Pitch 59 that can help you with that. So, all right. Any other questions about the Pitch 59 platform?
No, that helps a lot. I can see the benefit for that.
I want to make a comment. Stacy left, but she was talking about, hey, I want to share this with my real estate agent so that they can share my pitch card. Think of other ways to make connections with people, because what I was going to say to Stacy is, don't share your pitch card and say, hey, will you refer me? But rather she should reach out to all of her real estate agents and say, hey, I just found a tool that might help you expand your business and get more referrals. Because she's sharing hers by default. Here's mine. And without asking for anything, she's offering something. So she should send that to all her real estate agents and past clients and say, this may help you in your business. Take a look at it. They're going to look at it and say, oh, wow, this is different. Right? If you haven't seen this before, it's unique. It's different. It's different than just a digital card. It personalizes all the stuff that's just been saying. Think of how you can build your relationships and offer value to other people. And then reciprocity just takes care of itself.
That's exactly what I was thinking about the whole time you're talking about this, is all the times that we refer people, right? We refer people constantly, but they don't know it.
Yeah.
And so when you're coming back and saying, oh my gosh, I've referred you like 25 times this year. Do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell real estate? They wouldn't even, you would never even have to have that conversation. You would just be like, they would see that you're referring them all the time and how much business you have given them. Then of course it comes back.
Yeah, you say, all right.
And then if if Jeff refers like Eric, one of your other companies to a customer, and you get that three-way introduction from Jeff introducing you to somebody else, then you're going to be much more cognizant of your need to introduce Jeff every once in a while as well, and reciprocate that too. If it's just a two-way thing where he's just telling me and you don't ever find out about it, then it's like, because I don't know about it, I don't feel any obligation to do that either. But we find that those that refer other people are the ones that get the most referrals too, because it just reminds people, hey, I like introductions too. Not that I'm doing it just for that purpose, but it's good to be received.
We all have run into past clients, right, that we've done a transaction with. We haven't seen them in a little while, and often it'll come up. They say, oh my gosh, I loved working with you. I refer you all the time. And we have not had any introductions, but they say they tell people about us. So when he says they know about it, that's the best part, is you're connecting to people. You're actually making an introduction and you both know about it. So reciprocity will kick in.
Absolutely.
You're referring somebody out there. They're going to think of you once in a while, you know, or more often, right? And so just think of those different things too. The reason Jeff's phone got blown up when I was at EXPCon, because like you're meeting somebody and when you're networking, right? If you meet a client, a friend or whatever, and you say, hey, let's exchange contact information. So when I pull up my, share button, it pulls up my QR code. So I'd say, let's exchange contact information. I pull this up and I just stick it in front of them. The first thing it does is it pulls up my pitch card and the video starts playing.
Yeah.
And they're going, oh, what's that? And let me show you how it works. And I go over to Jeff, which is right next to mine, and I hit contact, or I hit share. It doesn't pull up the QR code. It pulls up the introduced by three-way text.
Yeah.
And I click on that and say, look, this is his message. He's
This
introducing himself the way he wants to be introduced. And they're going, that's amazing. I need to get one of those. So it's just kind of like a thing. You're just exchanging contact information anyway, but it turns out to be a conversation starter, and you're offering something that can help them in their business, whether they do it or not. It's still a better connection.
And it's easy. It's super easy.
Super easy, and nobody has to have the app, nobody has to log in, sign up or download, that was hard. One of the reasons that Pitch 59 is super simple is because we're not software developers. Like oftentimes software developers create really complex things because they know they can.
Yeah.
Well, we're small business owners and salespeople, and we're like, well, what would I want if I was a small business person and a salesperson? We know that world really, really well, and so everything on Pitch 59, even down to the actions, we've thought about as small business people, like when you hand somebody your business card, you go forward like that. Well, it's the same thing on Pitch 59, you just swipe up to give them your pitch card. When you get a business card from somebody, you pull in. And so on Pitch 59, it's the same thing, you just swipe down to put it in one of your pockets. We even call them pockets so that you would know what you normally do with business cards anyway. Oftentimes when you get a business card from somebody, you flip over their pitch card or their business card and write a little note or something like that to remember them. Well, go ahead and do that on the Pitch 59 platform. Just flip over the pitch card and start chatting with them right there. Or you can video chat with them. You can send them video messages, pictures, documents, whatever. They're all encrypted too. And so it's just a very simple way to communicate with everybody else that has a pitch card. But at the end of the day, like our goal is to create this network of people that all have each other's card immediately, and you can network and refer and just get to know each other and then help each other grow their businesses.
So one more question, say you are going door to door, you could just get a QR code and hand it to them, correct?
Oh, okay.
Something like that?
Let me tell you what I would have done as a sales rep. I wish I would have had a pitch card when I sold pest control.
Okay.
Because every single, like 90% of the homes that I knocked on, 85% weren't home or they didn't answer their door. But then the homes that were there and that bought from me, I would sign them up and then leave. And then that was like the last experience that I had with them. Well, most of the time I didn't talk to either of their neighbors because they weren't home or whatever. And so what I would have done now, if I had had a pitch card, I would have said, after I signed them up, I said, hey, I can give you an additional $20 off your service right now if you'll just introduce me my pitch card to both of your neighbors. They're like, okay, what's that? Yeah, if you'll just scan this with your phone, and then all you do is tap share and introduce and then put in their name. And then make those introductions. I would have gotten introductions to all their customers. I'll bet you I would have doubled my sales.
But you can just put like a door hanger with that.
Yeah, just put the QR code.
Yeah, just a QR code and you hit that. And
Yep.
at least you know that, all right, somebody's looking at it, you know where they're looking at it.
Yep. You can see the watches, the shares and everything that's happening with that. Do you want me to just quickly address the affiliate side of it?
I have one more question.
Yeah, go for it.
So you said it was your brother has 11 pitch cards, is that right?
Yeah.
So if you send me one of pitch cards, can I see the other 10?
Not yet. If I send you a pocket of his pitch cards, you'll see all 10 of them or all 11.
Okay.
But I would have to send you a pocket, not just his pitch card. If I send you, and we kind of do that on purpose too. Because if you have 4 different businesses that aren't related, if I see that you're also a plumber and you're a doctor and like, what are you? So it's probably best to just have a pitch card per space that you're in so that you can not be a jack of all trades, but a master of one.
Yeah, I was thinking like in the real estate world right now.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a pitch based on kind of where interest rates are and where the market is, but I want to keep recreating that pitch over and over. Like, how do I introduce like a good pitch about real estate like Jeff's?
Yeah.
But have it somewhat have like an attachment or something more specific about.
You can just redo your video, just weekly, monthly, or whatever, and update.
Just keep doing it over.
You can do that, or you can just attach it in your more info. By the way, there are changes coming to the structure of your pitch card. We're actually combining the video testimonial with attachment to more info into one button that's gonna say about me. That's gonna be a big button right there on the front. And then when you tap on that, it's gonna have all of your stuff all in one place for everybody. So stay tuned for that. But there's a couple of ways that you can do that already. If you swipe up on your own pitch card, above your QR code, there's an edit default intro messages. This is just a shortcut to the edit there where you do that. If I tap on that, I can change my 3-way introduction, and I would probably just say, hey, interest rates are down at whatever right now. You can change that whenever you want, and anytime you share your pitch card, or you can do it in your referral request message too. So you can change it in both of those areas.
The more info.
Can you just save that so you can go back and forth?
It doesn't let you save your message. You change it anytime you change it, it just updates automatically.
So you just have to redo it.
Yeah.
We've got a question online.
Yeah.
Nate, do you want to go ahead and ask your question?
Yes, thank you. And I apologize if I missed this. I got disturbed a little bit ago. Is there an analytics side to it?
Yep.
So for an example, if Bob really likes me and he refers me to Tom and sends my pitch card, but Tom never calls me. Can I see that on the back end? And that way I can follow up with Tom in a couple of days after he's received it and say, hey, Bob referred me to you. How's it going? I'd like to introduce myself.
Yeah, so good question. So you'll actually already be included in those three-way conversations. So if I introduce, like my wife here, anytime I introduce her, she's being included in the conversation as well. So whether it's a text or an email, by the way, I should point this out. You can do text introductions, or you can just tap on the email right here and do an email introduction. It'll do all the same stuff, but on email. So I just add somebody's email address right there and introduce them right there. So you'll be included in every introduction that gets sent out automatically. So you'll know if Bob is responding because you're in that conversation already. If they do a direct share, so let me show you one other difference here. So every time you introduce somebody else's pitch card, it's going to by default be on three-way intro. If they don't want to do a three-way introduction for you, but they would rather just share your pitch card with somebody, they just turn that off and do direct share and then tap on text message. And then that'll exclude the pitch card owner so that they're not included in that conversation. Sometimes I do that just because I don't feel like I need to include the pitch card owner. Most of the time I include that person, but sometimes I don't need to. Like if they just want the pitch card and I just need to send it to them right there, I can just do that. So, but the analytics, let me show you that real quick. The analytics are right here. What you can see, if you have a customer that doesn't have the Pitch 59 app, you're going to know when they introduce you anyway, because you're going to be included in that conversation. But on the analytics, you're going to be able to see like this is going to take a while to scroll. You'll see your most recent introduction, like Jeff Marchant right there at 11:56 a.m. So it'll show me the introduced text and when it happened, who did that. But once again, if they don't have the Pitch 59 app, it's just going to say unknown. But you'll still know that somebody is introducing you right there. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
He said yes, thank
Okay.
you. It's really quiet.
Okay, I'll end with this. So Jeff, is it just your name, Jeff Marchant?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, when you sign up and get a pitch card, you put in the promo code Jeff Marchant. What that does, Pitch 59 does not give out discounts. You cannot find a discount through Pitch 59. You have to go through one of our affiliates to get the discounted rate. You get the first month free, and then it's just $12 a month instead of 15 if you sign up through his code. The other thing is that I would encourage you to do is become an affiliate with Pitch 59 for a couple of reasons. One is all of your network cannot get a discount on the platform or even get the free trial unless you are an affiliate. And then secondly, the affiliates receive a 20% residual commission on every pitch card that signs up through their code. So this is a passive income opportunity for you that you'll get paid out through PayPal or Venmo every single month for however many people have already signed up. And I don't know how many, you've got like 24 or something that I think have signed up through your code. Anyway, so it's just a small, it's not much, but it's like $2.40 every single month per pitch card that signs up through your code.
But think of it this way, if you're sharing it to add value to somebody else, like Stacy, you guys went downstairs to take a phone call or something like that, and I was speaking to you, sharing it with your agents, rather than sharing it to say, hey, here's an easy way to refer me. If you share it and say, hey, if you had one of these, it will make it easier for your clients to refer you, right? So you're still sharing yours and they're figuring out how it works, but they're like, oh, this could help my business, right? So literally, I think the first 5 people I showed it to got one. So I look at it as this could essentially be free. It's not really like I'm not an affiliate. Like I don't care if you use my affiliate link or Eric's or Kim Thurman has one. I think Shayna has one. Ashley has one. I don't care who you use, just get one. And you do it through an affiliate, right? Because you'll just start using it and yours will be free. I'm not intentionally trying to be an affiliate. I'm just sharing it and people are getting them. So
Well, we're excited.
not only is mine free, but they're still sending me checks.
That's how we built our businesses though, was helping other people build
Yeah.
theirs.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it so much, because it gives him a talking point with people he doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's like at EXPCon, he met so many people and there were people he would have probably never talked to.
Yeah.
But this gave him a way and he's remembered because of it.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool tool.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. And so I think most of our affiliates are signing up as affiliates, not really to get the little commissions on the site, but rather to just like, I want to give all of my network the best deal that they can possibly get on this product. And we only allow discounts through the affiliate program. So thank you so much.
Actually, before, I'll say something about Tracen, but let's just start by playing his pitch card.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So let me go to my, I have a videographer's pocket here. Where Tracen is one of my newest additions here.
Lights, camera, and a whole lot of bad dad jokes. I'm Tracen, and I'm your videographer. I've had the privilege of capturing beautiful moments and stories from my clients, turning ideas into stunning visual masterpieces. My passion for storytelling through video has led me to refine my skills over the years, ensuring that every frame, angle, and edit contributes to a seamless and captivating narrative. But for me, it's not just about the camera and the equipment, or even a single project. It's about the connections and relationships built along the way. Let's capture your moments and turn them into memories that will last a lifetime.
All right, we gotta pull out your cameras one more time. I'm gonna give you this pitch card here. I can save it to your contacts here. In fact, let's do something fun for Tracen here. You're gonna meet Tracen in just a second. Will you guys, when his pitch card pops up, will you tap save first of all to save it to your contacts? And then I'll give you just a second to do that. And then we're gonna tap share button and think of somebody that could use help from a videographer here. Let's see if we can blow up Tracen's phone with like 15 introductions right now.
Easy in this group, other real estate agents, other business owners.
Yeah, I'm gonna, in fact, let me think of one.
Okay, so now when I shared it, it didn't,
Already.
it didn't do a text, like it didn't say, hey, let me introduce you, did I do it wrong?
You tap the introduce button.
Go to his card, it's the
So I
big
hit
button.
share.
So it does this, it just goes blank, like, so.
Go back.
Yeah, it's not supposed to do that, is it?
Oh.
Okay, so go to share.
Is 8446 Tracen? Okay, so yeah, it works. You just have to add in whoever
So-
you're sending it to.
So, okay, you keep that cancel there.
Okay.
Okay, and then go back, yep, and then just tap share. And then, oh,
So I need to pick someone.
no, tap cancel, there for a second.
Okay,
Message, and then I.
Oh, anyway. You have the app that you haven't logged in.
yeah,
Okay, so you're in no man's land.
Oh.
You've either got to be logged into the app or not have the app.
okay.
If you have the app, but you haven't logged in or signed up, it won't let you do the 3-way introduction. So
Okay.
do this. You've already created an account though on Facebook, right? Okay, tap on that. Tap out here. Let's see, I can check. Give me just a second, I'll check and
Okay.
see.
Did it work, Stacy?
Yeah, but it doesn't share, it didn't share the card, it didn't share like a message.
You got the introduce? It should show you this when you hit share.
You have the app if you're in that.
You all saw this, though, when you
You have to get logged in or not.
did it show hundreds?
Oh,
I just have it.
Mine does,
No.
but you don't have that.
You don't have the app.
Both
You don't have
that,
that.
but I'm gonna have you delete the app.
Oh, that's why.
All you have to do is be on his pitch card. Go to his pitch card and hit and share.
There you go, it's right there. I have also, you gotta actually delete the app. Well, it's probably easier to just like.
The option to do probably.
Yeah, go to that start.
Sometimes 3-way makes sense if they know that it's coming, but if you're.
How do I get back to his pitch card?
You mean.
Now, sometimes I'll type something out there, so I'm sending it to, so that, because if you get one that says, hey, Mark, I want to introduce you to Shayna, and you're going, who's Mark?
Right.
Or I'll just do that, do it really quickly, and then I'll send you a direct text and say, hey, Mark's my good friend from whatever.
Yeah. I like the option.
Yeah, it's the same situation. If you have the app, you have to sign up or log in first.
Okay.
If you don't have the app, it'll work too, but there's a no man's land if you have.
So this was a good segue on this, is the reason Tracen has that account is because he's one of the vendors that I refer anyway. But in the past, I would just pull up his contact on my phone and hit share contact. So I'm sharing the contact or copying his information to somebody, but he doesn't know I did it. I also have a folder in my browser of bookmarked websites for my professionals that I refer, and I'll copy and paste their URL into a text. But again, he doesn't know that I did it. So one of my touches to the people that I refer anyway was reaching out to them and said, Tracy, you need to get one of these. It'll make it easier for me to refer you and others. And he saw it and he got one. And then the reason he's here today, come on up, Tracen, is because he graciously is sponsoring lunch for us today. But I wanted to introduce him to you because I showed him my pitch card and I said, hey, I'd love to work something out with you to help other people make a good video for their pitch cards and stuff. So we're gonna work together and try and, pick a video day and maybe group some of you together so we get the price down on his time and availability instead of doing a onesie. So Tracen has done some events and property shoots for us and drone stuff. And again, like I said, I referred him anyway, so it's like, dude, get one of these, so it'll make it easier for me. Right?
Pitch card was really good.
It was really good. So you've already been introduced by your pitch card, but tell us a little bit more about you, what you do now.
Absolutely, I appreciate that introduction, and for those of you online, hang on for a second, I know we're getting to lunch, but I have something for you too. So as Jeff said, we're going to put together a day and we're gonna offer pitch cards to you. If you'd like one, you can come to the office, like it could be the same background as Jeff's or whatever. We'll figure that out, but we'll start organizing that and we'll get you a discount on it to kind of do them in bulk. So what I want to do though, and for you guys online, is I want to actually teach you a little bit how to make one yourself. Like it's never been easier to film yourself than it is now. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do it. If you don't want to have a professional, that's totally fine. And so I also sent this breakdown to Ashley and she's going to send it out. I've got links to gear that you're going to want and tips on how to use it. And we're just going to fly through that real quick. A couple things to do. You want your camera about eye level. Like this one's a good example. It's roughly, it's probably about to my mouth. That's fine. You want it about eye level. Next, you want your vertical lines to stay vertical. Like this, you want this to still look straight. And I think that's pretty good because it's on a flat table. One thing, and I'm gonna rag on Eric here for just a second. He sent me a selfie video he took once, it was looking like this. Like, that is really unflattering.
The things you can say about them. Like, dude,
and the biggest tip is to use a good microphone. If you're using your phone mic or whatever, like that's, first of all, Jeff did a great job. Just get it done, however you get it done. But if you would like to level it up, this is how. Get a good microphone. And I've got links to these as well. So next up, the don'ts, my don't list. Although I will say there's an exception. To the selfie camera. I'm not a fan of the selfie camera. That is such a low quality camera. If you can flip your phone, use the higher quality camera, unless the exception. If you're using their teleprompter, you have to use the front camera. Don't use your artificial background blurring. That looks cheap. And don't film with an exposed window behind you. So don't stand here at this window filming yourself. That's just going to blow out the image and the camera's going to be confused on how to light you and how to light the window. And so yeah, there you go.
The version of that though,
yeah,
is it's best if you can face the window with natural light, because it lights up every aspect of your face instead of just angles of it.
And that's another tip on there. No, you're good. You're right ahead of me. So use a good light if possible, or like Jeff said, stand in front of a window, and that will give you natural lighting, and it'll be a little bit diffused because you're not standing under the sun. One thing I'll say is the small light tripods, like the circle ring light, those are fine. The only thing is if you're standing too close to a light source, it's going to make harsh shadows on your face and be a little bit unflattering there. So if you can get a bigger light or have it, and it's going to be even more powerful and have it pushed back a little bit and diffused, that's going to make you look more flattering. Diffusion, if you don't know, is like softening the light. So it's what clouds do. Think of standing under the sun directly in the harsh shadows under your eyes and nose and your chin. It just is really gross looking. But think about a nice cloudy day, like it's just nice and soft and it looks dreamy and so
Good word.
Hey, you can tell I've been in this for like 5 years, and so I was like, like stupid son. Okay, and then my next tip is your sound. If you can film in a room with lots of padding, that's gonna help you a lot. So we're talking things like curtains, carpets, rugs, couches, beds, blankets, all that is gonna dampen the echo. And you'll notice in here, we've got a bit of an echo because this basically only has carpet, and other than that, it's solid walls. So if you're filming yourself, what I would do is if you can just prop up some blankets like right by your camera, and that will catch your voice and help it soften from bouncing around the walls. If you can hear an echo, your camera's gonna hear it.
And one thing about the videographers is they have like dampening equipment, like they're covered in separate mics that can help to dampen that sound.
So that's just going over a quick tips for you, and you're getting that whole list. I've got it all prepared. It's got links, it's got my email. If you have any questions, like that's getting sent out to everybody. So and if you would like to use a professional like me, I'd be happy to chat. And just going on to those parts real quick. I know a lot of us in here are in real estate, so I thought we'd compare roles here. So can people sell or buy a house without an agent? Yes. Are they gonna get the best deal, or or if nuances come, are they gonna know how to handle everything just right? Not necessarily, probably not. So just like an agent, I've taken courses, live trainings, seminars. I've got years of experience under my belt. I know how to handle situations. I've done a variety of projects for Jeff. I've specialized in real estate, education, and corporate work. Those are kind of my three things. I did the whole wedding thing when I was learning, and that's not for me. So, I've kind of niched in those three categories, but I understand how to handle them. And I know there are a lot of agents starting out who maybe you can't afford it, or you're just getting into it, and you're a bit nervous to bring someone like me. And that's why I wanted to provide that list and those tips on how you can handle it yourself and make you look the best as possible. So what exactly is video marketing, and why do you need it? And if you don't know some of these answers, I hope you're getting cheap rent under your rock. It's gonna help you engage and connect. It's gonna boost your visibility. It helps you convey messages. It builds trust. Jeff hit that a lot. Everyone picked the pitch card versus Yelp and Google. It lets you stay competitive. And nowadays, 85% of businesses are using video in their marketing strategy, and 70% are upping their video content from the previous year. So my ideal work relationships and clients that I like to give priority to are ones that understand the need for an investment for video marketing, and who are willing to create those streams and put forth that investment to receive that ROI for years to come. And I would like to share a couple examples on that. I've got one agent friend who we film a lot together, and he, to stand out for himself and to help his clients, his buyers and sellers, we got together for a day and we built a whole playlist. And we're talking short videos, but he went through a buying process and made like 11 videos. And then we did selling, and we made like another dozen videos on selling. And so when he gets a new buyer or a seller, he sends them that playlist. It's a private thing, you can't just Google it. But when you're his client, you receive this whole thing, it's prepared. And then he's not sitting there answering emails and calls and texts till who knows when. He just sends them that playlist. It answers, I'd say 90% or more of the questions they're gonna have anyway. So that's something that he did, where he was able to put that investment out, and it's making his life easier. Another thing, I'm glad Eric's here because I actually wanted to share something from him. So we did a video together. He was selling a house in Draper, and we did the video and all that, and he posted it. And what ended up happening is the house 4 doors down saw that neighbor's house for sale and loved the video and was like, you know what, I want Eric to come do my house. And so he got another deal, basically handed to him, because rather than that agent, or rather than that homeowner being like, asking their neighbors, oh, who's your agent, or who do you know? He was like, you know, that video was sweet, I want one for my house. and he got a whole extra deal like nothing.
So he gave you 75% of his commission, I'm sure.
Exactly, yeah, we did like agency. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I'd love to connect. If you have video needs, let's chat and we'll figure out what we can work out. And again, we're gonna put together a pitch specific day where we can, if you would like me to handle your pitch card, we can do that. I don't know if you're comfortable sharing yours, but I will say the deal that we're working out is that you are gonna get your pitch card for less than half of what Jeff got his for.
It's a few hundred bucks to get a really well done video done that you just invest once.
I will say, if you aren't comfortable, like, talking on the fly, like, we'll have questions. If you would like a teleprompter and to come prepared, we'll have that ready for you too, so.
Yeah.
Anyway. So that, what you were just talking about, Tracen was here one that we did like a testimonial thing, and it's hard to just kind of articulate in a way where you're saying in the right manner. Tracen did a really good job on coaching everybody through it, just speaking to his experience. So it's like, if you wanted to tell people how long you've been in business, he asked questions, said, okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question, you repeat it back to me as the start of your answer, right? Like how long you've been in real estate, and say, so I've been in real estate since 2009. And so he prompted these testimonials and these things by asking the question, and it made it so easy for everybody to just kind of repeat that question back as a statement and then answer it. And then he put that together. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, one of the nice things about that too is it's a very natural and genuine response if the videographer does it. One example is that pink and purple haired insurance lady. She didn't prep anything. The videographer came out and just asked like deep questions like, hey, what do people hate about insurance? And she's like, oh, people like, and she just started talking. And that's how he got the organic laugh. Like she's like, I know, I don't know. Anyway, but it's really nice when the videographer knows what they're doing and how to capture that information, because you don't even have to come prepared with your pitch. He can knock it out of you, but you can prepare if you have specific points that you want to make sure that you address.
So we're gonna either like use a model home, we could use our office here, he could do one-offs, he could come to your office if anybody that wanted help or whatever. So we'll kind of arrange a day to where we can get a few of us together at the same time.
Right.
Okay. Okay, let's get it.
We got taco soup.
Taco soup.
That's,
See you guys on Zoom. Thanks for sticking to the end. Talk to you later.
Come and get a chocolate too if you guys haven't, or 59 made Pittsburgh and truffles.